Hey guys, I'm Saurav. Welcome to the channel. Hope you enjoyed the intro. If you want to see the behind the scenes of what went into shooting and editing of it, let me know in the comments below. In this video, I'm going to talk about the Scorp 2 and the Scorp Mini 2. I've used a lot of gimbals till date, but when FeiyuTech reached out to me saying that they're releasing their new gimbals with features I have not used before and they want to sponsor this video, I'm like, why not? Let's do it. I have to start the video with my favorite feature of this gimbals, and that is the knob. This is very smartly designed. You can customize it to adjust the pan, tilt or roll by pressing the switch button. And why I absolutely love this is you can also adjust the speed and smoothness of it. Earlier, when I had to control the pan or tilt, I always used to rely on the smartphone application. The reason for that is the joystick doesn't give you the same level of fine control. The problem with that is I always had to keep the gimbal at one place and then use the smartphone, or if I'm on the move, I had to ask some other person to control the movement. But now with the help of the knob, I can hold the gimbal with one hand and control the knob with the other hand, and even if I'm on the move, I have all the control over the movement. The small blue circle you see right here is not just for aesthetics, it is actually an inbuilt AI subject tracking module. Just use the OK gesture and it automatically starts tracking you. It works with all types of cameras and it requires no connection and cables because it is not dependent on the camera for subject tracking. The AI module is doing everything. The Scorp Mini 2 is a very exciting product because you can use this with a camera, you can use this with your smartphone and even an action camera. Now for someone like me, I always carry my camera, my smartphone, my action cameras with me to capture different perspectives. And if I have to use a gimbal, I have to carry 3 separate gimbals, charge them separately. It's not practical. The Scorp Mini 2 solves that problem. It's a universal solution, 3 in 1. Just use the attachment it comes with and you're good to go. Balancing both the gimbals have been pretty easy irrespective of the camera gear that I use. It's easier to make finer adjustments and you have locks for each and every axis. What I like to do is lock the other 2 axes and balance the third one. It's easier that way. The Scorp 2 Mini comes with a slightly different design where you can rotate the knob and then adjust the axis. Not only does it look good, it is functional as well. One very small but a smart feature that the Mini doesn't have but the Scorp 2 has is memory sliders. This is a small feature, but it blew my mind by how easy it makes the balancing process. When you balance the gimbal, you can move these sliders and it will stay at that exact place. So when you again want to balance the same camera and lens combination, you know exactly where to stop. You don't have to make those markings on your gimbal. Both the gimbals have an inbuilt 2500 mAh battery. You can charge it using USB-C, and the good thing is it also supports fast charging. The design of both these gimbals are pretty similar. The Mini, as the name suggests, has a slightly smaller footprint and you can hold the gimbal with both the hands, which makes the process of shooting for longer durations much easier on your body. The grips are rubberized as well. They are very comfortable to hold. When I initially saw the design, I thought the screen might come in the way of shooting, but even with a larger body like a Nikon Z9, I did not face any issues. The Mini 2 weighs just under 800 grams. Even though it's a very lightweight gimbal, the build quality is surprisingly very good and the payload is 1.2 kg. If you're using a crop sensor camera or a compact full frame camera, this is ideal. But now if I want to use a heavier camera or a lens, that's where the Scorp 2 comes into the picture. Slightly larger form factor, weighs about 1200 grams, but the payload is 2.5 kg. Most of the times I'm shooting with heavier camera setups and that is the reason I use the Scorp 2 more than the Mini, but again that depends on the camera setup you use. Whenever you're using a different camera or lens combination, it's always a good idea to calibrate the gimbal when you turn it on. It takes few seconds to calibrate and you're good to go. The most important thing about gimbals is stabilization. Whether I was using a heavier setup or a smartphone or an action camera, I have to say these are some of the best gimbals when it comes to stabilization. I'm a big fan of the UI. Not only is it easy to use, but the attention to detail is amazing. You can see whether a camera is connected, you can see the battery life, When you move the joystick, you see exactly which axis is moving and how much is it moving. The software features are under user scenarios. The first one is auto rotation. I can use this option and get smooth rolling shots without manually moving the roll axis. The good thing is you can control the speed of the movement. If you have a wide angle lens and you point it upwards, you can get some really dynamic looking shots. You also have the option to shoot a motion time lapse. Just set the position of the camera using the joystick and set the keyframes. The UI again makes very good use of the screen size and it eliminates the use of smartphone. I've been using this gimbals for over a month and this has happened for the first time. Not even once I felt the need to connect the gimbal with a smartphone. That's how good the UI is. If you get the Scorp Mini 2 kit, it comes with a carbon fiber extension rod, which I feel is a nice addition. I usually tend to use a tripod to increase the height of the gimbal, but this is a much more compact setup. It's extremely light in weight, which is a good thing, but I would only use it with a compact mirrorless setup or a smartphone. If I'm using a heavier setup, I would always prefer using a stable tripod for better stability. Overall, in my opinion, both these gimbals are very well built in terms of hardware and software. And considering the price, if you're on a tight budget but you don't want to sacrifice on the quality, I would definitely recommend checking them out. Links will be in the description. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, press the like button. Subscribe to the channel for more such videos. Make sure you have your notifications turned on as well. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.